Welcome to the Virginia is for Laughers podcast, brought to you by the funny Womax and Friends. If you're looking to get more out of your Shenandoah Valley experience, then this is the podcast for you. You'll meet interesting people, musicians, and comedians that perform here and find out more about what you can do and see. Whether you live here or plan to visit, listen to explore what makes our unique slice of heaven. Now here's your host, Don Davis Womack.
Hello, laughers. Get ready for a wild ride. Tonight, I'm joined by the Howdyshell brothers, Mike and Chris. They are musicians, entertainers, and the masterminds behind Bingo is Life, Harrisonburg's only interactive game show at Ruby's Arcade. Every Tuesday, they turn bingo into a full-blown comedy experience, followed by their Bingo is Life podcast. On the pod, they chat about music, theater, and the local scene with their hilarious co-hosts. We're catching up with them fresh after the show and after the Bingo is Life podcast and talk about how they make the magic of a simple game an unforgettable experience. Let's dive in. Welcome to the show.
Wow. Don, you make it sound so good. That's awesome. The only thing I heard was mastermind. I was like, okay, after that,
And that was it. That's all you needed. Show's over. Mike's going home.
Yeah, thank you. That's great. Apparently, we're awesome.
You are awesome. Do you have anything to say about that, Chris?
I'm happy to be here. You talked to Bill Howard, and now you're talking to me. Yes.
Yeah, and there's several people that she's talked to that we know, and some that have even been on our show too.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bill Howard is a musician here on the local scene, and so obviously, as musicians, they know several of them that have been on the podcast. Probably all of them.
Yeah.
Have
That's
been
right.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Corey Lynn Green.
Yeah, Corey Lynn.
Oh, did you interview Corey?
I did.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Thieves of Burden, Hackins Boys. Yeah.
I've got work to do.
You got to catch up on this pod.
I know. Well, no, it's good. So we just crossed. On our podcast, we just crossed 100 episodes.
That's right.
Oh, that's great.
That's
Congratulations.
Right. Thank you.
Guys.
Very excited about it.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys are going to be, we're in the 211.
Oh, show off.
Just had to.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I was going through the list of your episodes, and there's a lot more seriousness things, like actual substance, where we just... I will throw out there.
It's a mix.
Yeah, it's good.
Things to
it's
do
good.
and fun and comedians and musicians. It's a mix.
I think our focus has always been, well, I won't say always, but I mean, it started out because it's like, hey, we do this bingo show. Let's talk afterward. Okay. And that's how it started. And now it's like, now we're talking to people in Harrisonburg, and it's become this Harrisonburg, or at least local area kind of thing. And that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really starting to dig now, is that we really connect with the local community, the artists, the creative types, musicians, entrepreneurs, and I think that's awesome.
I think that's awesome too. We're going to get into that, and before we do, we have actually support from Audible. Ooh. And that means that, thank you. That means you can get a free audiobook from them when you click on the link in the show notes, which is super exciting. So you don't have to listen to us all the time in between episodes.
Aren't you going to have to tell us how to get this gig?
Yeah.
The Audible gig.
Yeah, the Audible gig. You actually apply for the Audible
you have to
Creator Program.
Okay. We can do that.
And then you can offer free audiobooks to your listeners.
Awesome.
So you should try that.
I think we should try that.
Consider it done.
That's so exciting. I wanted to ask you guys a few questions. For those who have never experienced it, how would you describe the Bingo is Life game? Let's start with the game, the interactive game.
It's not your grandma's bingo.
That's right.
That was on one of our first taglines.
Yeah, it's not your grandma's
bingo. We were like, not your grandma's bingo. We wanted it to be different. No, I love grandma's bingo.
Yeah, right.
Mind you.
It sounded like he was dissing grandma.
No, grandma.
What you got against grandma?
No.
Yeah.
Grandma.
Do you have issues with grandma?
But So for me, bingo was when I was a kid. I grew up in Briar Branch, so did Mike, and we played.
See, as brothers, we grew up together.
And
Imagine that happens.
shocking.
He'll be talking to me. He'll be like, "Hey, I was talking to my mom the other day," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know her. She's my mom too."
Same name and everything.
True. Hey, I was talking to my mom.
So we grew up in Briar Branch, and they had a lawn party.
Okay.
And the lawn, if anyone is familiar with this area, lawn parties are the it's
They are the jam around here.
small communities get together and they play bingo together. Well, the bingo that happened at the Briar Branch lawn party was you threw a quarter for a card. Guy walks around, collects your quarters, and then they play bingo. And then half the money, whatever they collect, the winner would win half the money. So you might win $2 or something like that, And it was so much fun, especially as a little kid, and if you was to actually win the $2, it was huge. And I loved it. I loved the bingo game.
It's really your first foray into gambling itself.
That's absolutely
As a child.
Let's raise them how they should go.
That and the cakewalk.
Yeah.
Come on, German cake.
Fun fact. Years later, I'm talking years later, go back to the Briar Branch lawn party with my wife, and there's no one there. It's completely, it's barely, and there's no bingo game anymore. But you know what they had?
Cakewalk?
They had these bingo pool tabs.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly.
And so the deal
They're like lottery tickets.
They're lottery tickets.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, $5 for $1 or $5 for $5, whatever.
Right.
I said, I'll buy some. And my wife pulled one and she won $50.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
And the people were like,
Nice.
"You're not from around here." I swear to God that happened. And I was like, "No, I am from around here. I grew up here." Anyways.
And thank you for the $50.
Yeah. And I'll be because there's only like so many $50 winners in the whole thing,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so you
gambling.
maybe we need to put the 800 number in the show notes too.
Yeah, right.
If you have a problem, maybe.
If you have a problem. We are not encouraging problems.
This is how community centers across Virginia survive.
Yeah.
Gambling.
We never answered her question.
Oh,
Could you describe the bingo? We said it's not your grandma's bingo.
Yeah. We got clear on that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I like to think it's a game show, not necessarily a bingo game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we do play bingo, but it's only part of the whole. It's only a 1 hour show. It's not like it's that long. We got 1 hour and we play, usually it's 4 games of bingo with little mini games in between.
Yeah. And it's very rowdy.
Yeah.
I would say
yes.
loud and rowdy.
Rowdy's
I
a
would
good
say
way.
if you don't like loud, you would not like this area. It's the arcade is loud.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
there's nothing quiet about
There's
it.
bowling pins being knocked over,
Yeah,
the duck pins.
And there's every time someone gets a number, there's and then we sing pretty regularly throughout the show. There's and then we ask the group to sing with us pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Throughout
And you do like little musical effects and things like that.
Effects, that's right. Yeah. Interludes.
Interlude.
Yeah. Let's talk about Ruby's Arcade just as a general description for
our sponsor.
Lappers.
They are our sponsor for the Bingo is Life game show.
So let's tell Laughers have never been to Ruby's Arcade, because we honestly have listeners not just in the Harrisonburg area and the Shenandoah Valley, but in other states and around the world. So there's going to be plenty of people not familiar with what Ruby's
the one to talk about Ruby's is Chris. He helped build this place.
So just a quick description of where we're sitting right now and the duck pin bowling and all of that.
Well, I was going to say that I would say the feature is probably duck pin bowling, which is old school Sherman pin setters, like 1920 something. bowling, which is fun.
It is very fun.
So there's four lanes here. Four lanes.
Looks fun. There's also a bunch of video games. It's also a pizza place. I mean, it's a gathering spot for birthday parties and hoorahs, but it's also a place to drink, and a place to goof off.
A watering hole.
Yeah, watering hole. Gatherings.
A pizza hole has pizza, right?
I mean, it definitely seems like
I've heard of watering holes. I haven't heard of pizza holes.
I just made it up.
Do you guys want to go to the pizza hole?
No, I don't think I want to go to the pizza. No, don't make me go to the pizza hole. Pizza dive, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, pizza dive. We'll go with that.
You know what?
No, it's a dive either.
This place is cool.
It is very special.
It is cool. I mean, I feel like it's in a basement.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it has it feels like a basement a little bit down
with
here.
bay windows, though.
Yeah. It's and every wall is covered in murals by unique local and not local artists, but it's fun.
And where is it located?
Oh, downtown Harrisonburg.
Downtown here.
Right across from the parking deck.
Right next
It is right there. Right there.
Lovely view outside our bay windows.
Right next to Clementine.
Right next to Clementine.
Yeah, that's right. I love that. What inspired you to turn this traditional game into what it is now? It's every Tuesday, right? At 7:30, and it's free.
It is free. Yes.
So, I used to work here.
Oh, I did not know that.
So I helped build this place. This was my
wow.
the owner of this place and me were buddies, and he was like, I want you to help me build this bar.
And that's exactly the way he talks.
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly like that. That's how he talks.
And Clay Clark was a wonderful human to me, and he gave me this job, and he said, let's make some things happen. I want you to make things happen. So it was my job I set up tournaments. We would do pool tournaments. There was a time at this place used to have ping pong, and then we had foosball tournaments. We had air hockey tournaments, and so I set all that stuff up. And on Tuesday nights, I didn't know what to do, and so I bought a bingo thing. I bought the ball to I don't know, play bingo at the bar.
I was getting it.
Yeah, you were getting it. It was a
little barely.
Luckily,
I bought the bingo equipment. I set it on top of the bar.
So I sat at the corner of the bar.
The bingo thing.
And I said, anybody want to play bingo? And there was a couple of people like, yeah, we'll play.
Both people said, yeah.
All two of them.
Yeah, all two of them.
And I swear to you, it was just me sitting in there calling bingo. And pretty quickly I invited Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we started saying stupid stuff.
Oh, yeah.
While we were playing bingo, and people were laughing at the dumb stuff we were saying. And now it's,
now it's turned into a cult.
50 to 100 people every week. Yeah,
I know. I come in here at the times I have. It's packed.
It's a cult. I love it, though. I mean,
Do you guys have leader names?
We need to work on leader names.
Yeah. Mike and Chris just isn't good enough.
Yeah, right. Hey, and here's your cult leaders, Mike and Chris. That's the morning zoo guys.
It's the number 1 and number 2 most popular male names of 1979 and 1973. Wait, 73?
I'm not that old.
74?
74. You got it.
Right.
So this is a bit of more improv, how this all came together. Just playing
I mean, it was
around.
never clearly designed. I don't think it even still is. But I mean, we know it's fun.
Yeah, people are having a ball.
If people react to something that's fun, let's keep that.
Yeah, and God, you totally play to the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if it's a bunch of new people, it's going to be a little harder to sell some of the silliness.
Yeah,
but if it's a bunch of the people that come every week, it's actually easy.
Amp it up.
Yeah, it's a little too easy.
Well, it's the best is when there's just a nice mix of you've got your regulars that come in, and then you got these people that have never been here at all.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden people are breaking into song or saying, silly things all together as one, and the new people are just like, what is going on? I thought we were playing bingo.
Looking around.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, and I think what I like about bingo is everyone knows how to play already. This is not a game that you have to teach people.
Yeah.
It's out there. And so, little kids,
Yeah, right.
adults, everyone can already play the game. And
People who are half lit,
oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really playing
even
the game.
they can draw a straight
They walk
line.
up, they go, did I get it?
Did I get it? No,
Did I get the bingo?
Ah.
You didn't. No. This one guy tonight.
It's cautionary
This
tale.
one guy tonight had a piece of tinfoil he had just stuck on a number. And he's like, did I get it? I said, Mike, you didn't get it, buddy.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't this Mike.
So no prizes for him.
No. He's like, it's my wife's card. He totally threw his wife under the bus on that, too. He's like, she doesn't know what you're talking about.
She made me come up here.
Well, that's the other thing, too, because people are actually scared.
Yeah.
They're like, bingo, do I have to come up there?
Yeah, yes, you do. Get up here.
Get.
One of the things we try to do, I think, at the get-go is say, look, you're only going to have as much fun and be as weird as you want to, be and have as much fun as you want to have. And I definitely don't want to call it a safe space, but I mean, it's just it's a kind of space where it's okay to be silly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not, don't worry about, I don't know. Just don't worry about being too, in front of people. It's fine. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect.
I think that comes across, or at least I hope it does.
It absolutely does.
But we're also not here to embarrass people.
Right, absolutely.
I'm not calling people out like, you get up here and let's talk about your hair. It's not that sort of situation. It's more like if you win, what we do is we say, this is what a winner looks like.
That's right.
You all suck. You're not winners. This person is a winner, and that's more of the vibe, I think.
Yeah, and it's the nature of the game is, if one person wins, that means 50 other people lose.
Yeah.
That's just life. It's almost as if bingo is life.
Oh.
Whoa.
That was so
It happens.
Yeah,
It happens the entire show, and it's just one big
that's how
epiphany.
dumb it can get right there. That's it.
What do they win?
We generally, thank you to our sponsor, give away pizza, but then we also have an opportunity for people to win some big money at the end.
That's
Like
right.
what kind of big money are we
Big
talking
money.
about? What's big money in your world?
Let's see.
$1?
I like how you've summarized my world.
Yeah.
What's big money in your world? $1. Yep. I can tell by the way you're dressed. No, we do. Generally, it's $100 at the
Wow,
end.
okay.
They have a chance to win $100 at the end of the show.
That's right.
How many times does that happen?
I think we've said 4, right? We've been doing this 8 years,
I think it's even more than that.
and I think it's been 4.
Wow.
Really?
So every other year.
We really need to write these things down.
Yeah. Well, so just recently, within the last year, we've had 2 winners, and they both were they were both from Bridgewater College.
What is that about? That feels a little.
It's weird,
I know,
right?
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
It's weird, right?
It's good. It's weird, right?
But I mean, it's
I'm not making that up, right? It's weird.
Bridgewater.
fine.
What?
It's fine.
No, it's
Represent
good, though.
Bridgewater. Mainly it's JMU kids in here, and Bridgewater wins it.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, it was cute. The first Bridgewater person that won actually ended up giving the money away to SBCA.
That's right.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what she
I'm
said.
going to donate. Yeah, right.
That's what I'd say too.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. I gave it to charity.
I bet you did.
And then she went shopping.
I bought a mink. Very small mink with $100.
I was going to say. How tiny is
the
that?
SPCA? It's terrible.
How do you come up with the themes, or is there themes and jokes? This is all improv every time, or are there certain themes that show up weekly?
Well, yeah, there's definitely there's definitely it's thematic in the sense of whatever is silly, but we have certain like sayings that we say every week. We have certain bits that we do every week. Whenever there's an I, we always play Ozzy Osbourne's.
Oh yeah, I
always do that. And so I mean, there's certain things we always do.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it's just improv based on the crowd, based on whatever happens.
Yeah, I mean, one of the you ever go to Busch Gardens?
Why did it take you so long to get that out?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm wondering.
Ever go to Busch Gardens?
At Busch Gardens, when I was a kid, I'd go to Busch Gardens, and they would have these people that would walk around, and they'd be dressed up in some sort of outfit, and they'd be like, "Hey,
in a Cockney accent.
Yeah. I'm a thing," and
I'm a
thing.
thing.
Yeah, and there it was, you know. And I remember thinking,
And as a kid, he's like, "I want to be a thing."
that's exactly what I thought.
Thing 2 or 3.
That's exactly. I said, if I could do that, if I could find a way to have fun doing that, and that's basically what I'd get to do. Except we do it with the game show. So like, I love it when 2 people win, because then you have to have some sort of conflict resolution in front of all these people. So you're,
Yes.
you know what I mean? You're like, okay, cool. You both want to win. We need to get a winner.
Usually the
Or-
crowd just starts screaming out, "Fight to the death! Fight to the death!"
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, it's
Serious.
a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thing. It's fun, but you know, I approve of all that.
Yeah,
I think it is the weirder it gets, and
Yeah.
the weirder the
Yeah.
audience makes it.
Yeah.
It's more. It's
they
more
drive the show.
spectacle.
Right.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We're just here to witness what's happening with this crowd. That's it.
Any kind of interesting, memorable moments with this battle between the 2?
You know,
We've made children cry.
a lot.
Yeah, that's happened.
I think. Well, Mike actually said this somewhere else. We used to always kind of be like, someone has to lose.
Oh yeah. We used to, or at least my philosophy was, in order for a win to feel like a win, there has to be a chance that you could lose. We can't just be giving away prizes just because you know,
willy-nilly.
What is this?
Can't
A
do
cooperation prize?
No.
Participation?
There'll be none of that.
No, you need to win.
No,
Now,
not everybody's getting a trophy.
that's right.
Okay.
I've softened on it a bit, but that's because children have cried in front of the crowd because their airplane didn't get far or they didn't win the bingo when they thought they did.
Yeah. I mean, I think
I used to be okay with breaking hearts, stomping on dreams, but
we
I've
used to
softened.
give away.
I'm getting better.
We used to give away gift certificates
therapy,
too. It was like, well, we made these $10 tokens. Do you remember that?
Oh, right.
I mean, that was what we gave away for a long time.
Yeah.
We 3D printed these little $10 Rubies tokens.
That was cool.
And we thought, oh, this is a fun thing.
forgot all about
This
this.
is a fun thing to give away. So we gave away those for a while, and then. You know, that ends up being a lot of money. And so the restaurant was like, hey, you're giving away a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
So we need to find a way to pull back on that a little bit. So we did, and now we just give away pizza. So, you know, a pizza costs, you know, $15 to $20.
Yeah.
So that's still
That's still
a
a pretty good
$15
price.
to $20 win.
Yeah.
So that feels like, hey, and I think people want to just win a pizza, but I also am cool with, hey, guess what? If 2 people win the pizza, that's okay.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna fight over that.
I have a question. When you do the actual whole hour, there's a part you're usually in one spot with the bingo equipment and all that kind of thing, and people have their cards. But at one time during the whole hour, you go to the bowling lane.
Yes, that's
where
halftime.
That's halftime. Is that where these airplanes come in?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
So-
tell us more about that.
So at halftime, we do generally an airplane a paper airplane contest where they're just you know, shooting an airplane down the bowling alley, going for distance.
Okay.
And we play Eye of the Tiger in the background every time.
Every time.
And we give them 20 seconds to fold that paper airplane.
But we don't actually count to 20.
No, we don't. We just tell them it's 20 seconds, and then at some point start
And it's
counting
like
down.
5.
5, 4. Well, that didn't feel like 20 seconds.
We have one rule. You can't ball it up.
You can't ball it up
That's the one rule.
because sometimes people go, I don't know how to fold.
I don't know how to fold a plane.
I don't know how to fold.
I'm like, you don't need to
I
like
mean, you
make,
don't know how to fold.
yeah, make some wings. So we used to also critique. I used to critique all the planes, but now I'm just more like, okay, just get up there.
He
and
was
throw.
pretty harsh there on the some of it. There were some children that cried at the pole.
Yeah.
So it's you that made him cry.
I've done it.
A couple airplanes.
A couple airplanes. It's fine.
Hey, wow, this doesn't look like it's going to do anything.
No.
You really stink at this. Next.
No, I've actually gotten to the point where I can tell who's going to win.
Yeah.
The slick.
Wow, there it is. There's the skill.
Oh, now you're getting
Yeah,
the tip.
yeah.
If you're watching this
The
podcast.
you can tell.
Yeah,
You're
you can tell.
That dude's going to win.
But then they don't if they go too high. They're like Icarus, too close to the sun.
That's exactly
They go
right.
high and they
Yeah.
hit the ceiling and then it comes crashing down.
Now,
So sometimes even the best ones
Tonight,
can-
we had someone
good.
whose plane went past the spot that was to win. And then,
yeah.
and then it turned around.
It turned around
Yeah.
and came back.
And came back and did not win.
Yeah, it
Wow.
was.
A
It
little
was
shocking.
It was going to win. See, this is the drama. You can't make up.
Yeah.
It's the drama that presents itself.
Bingo is
But
live.
like,
Yeah.
so this guy's plane went past. It was going to win,
Yeah.
and then at the very end, it turned around and came back and landed way not winning. Way not winning, Chris. Way not winning.
Yeah, I mean,
No pizza for him.
so you got
No pizza for you.
None pizza.
So you got all these people, and they're all stand. The other thing too is the bowling lanes are about, I don't know, we'll say like 2 feet higher than where everyone else is kind
Yeah.
of standing. So that's you're on a bit of a platform. So you got all these people, and they're like, hooting and hollering and watching you throw this teeny little airplane. So you are on a bit of a stage. Of
Yeah.
it.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, it is kind
and
of
people do get nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And,
oh yeah.
and especially if they haven't folded an airplane in a while, they get very nervous trying to do it. Now I see them like looking at their friends, going, "How do I do this?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do I do?"
Now I'll go ahead and throw out there though there has been some children who have played and then they're like, meh, and then they'll come back next week and be like, I've been practicing all week on my airplane, and they're like, please pick me, and I'm like, no, you've been practicing.
Lesson learned. I don't know exactly what that lesson is.
Yeah.
but they learned it.
Yeah, hard knock life.
Bingo
That's
is
right.
life.
That's a hard knock. Now, so anyways, sometimes those kids they come back and they're like, I did it.
That's right.
I built my good
That's
plane.
right. There was one kid who came back, and then had a glowing,
Oh yeah,
plane
no.
that won.
The other thing too is like when you win and you have let's say you've got 30 people going, yeah, you've done something.
Yeah.
it feels pretty good. It's
Yeah.
kind of like hitting the home run in the baseball game.
And
Right.
that's a whole alley of people cheering people on. That's what I hear. It's almost the rowdiest part of the hour.
It's so loud.
Yeah, it can get
It is
pretty loud.
so loud. that
Well, they also get into we just started back tonight actually doing the clouds.
The clouds.
Yeah, we have so whenever there's a 7 on explaining some of these rules, but it's so dumb.
Like whenever there's when you
whenever
call it
there's
7.
whenever there's a 7 in the number, B7 or
I got you. Okay.
I-27 or N37, well, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, see you guys.
so long. Thank you, Emerson.
They're closing up shop.
That's
here.
right, they're closing up shop.
Yeah.
But anyways,
We live here now.
that's right.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Thanks, Ruby's Arcade, for a home. You've done it.
It's going to work out.
At least we have the murals.
You know what? I could sleep here. I could sleep right there.
Yeah.
Keep the
It is
taps open.
comfortable.
on these
It
little-
is comfortable.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Bad at all.
Back to the clouds.
Oh, right. When we get a 7 in a number,
Yeah.
so we sing a song, and it's very short. Like, when I die, take me to bingo heaven. That's it. That's all we do. But there's these paper plates on a stick that are clouds
Okay.
of bingo heaven, and people wave them around.
Oh, I saw those.
And so, as a group, when
Yeah.
you're seeing everyone wave these, use your imagination, clouds.
Thank you
This
for
is this is bingo heaven, and that's where we're in that moment.
You know what?
feels very far-fetched to me.
Oh, absolutely! It's absurd. It makes zero sense.
It is actually the most, probably the most absurd thing we do. Probably. But it happens some nights. you will not get a 7. It is really weird.
Oh, so then you'll be like, clouds do not come out.
Yeah, but then other nights, every number feels like a 7. You'll be like, okay, we're singing again. And when I die, it's a really weird scene. But the people that enjoy it really seem to enjoy it.
I think so.
And so do I.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
This show.
It's fun.
This show is for
It's very
us.
fun.
This show is for us.
It's for you. You're not doing this for other people.
No.
I'm glad they're having a great time, but it wouldn't matter. No, I guess we depend on them having fun, because the more fun they have, the more fun we have. So there's that.
Yeah.
But it's a good marriage of how silly we are with the kind of performing that we like to do. So that works.
Yeah, it does. Speaking of performing, both of you before Bingo is Life, I imagine, because I feel like you guys have been. You come from a musical family, I think.
Yeah.
And you've been playing music since you were kids. Or how long?
Yeah,
the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right out of birth.
Yeah. I came out going, guitar's in this guitar band. All you can stand, give him a hand, guitar's in. And Mom was like, he's ours.
Wow. Ray Stevens. He started singing Ray Stevens right out of.
I've decided that's actually.
Why is that the pick, Ray Stevens?
That's our background right there.
We listen.
Briary Branch.
Briary Branch. We listen to Ray.
All the time.
I love Weird Al.
They're to be blamed.
Yeah.
Love Weird Al. But my parents were like, they thought Ray Stevens was hilarious.
Yeah.
We listened to a lot of Ray Stevens.
We did.
And we listened to a lot of Christian everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Any Christian rock. Patti Smith, Michael W. Smith.
Cool.
All the Smiths.
All the Smiths.
Except for the Smiths. We never listened to the band.
You're
the
right.
Smiths.
Yeah. So that was our musical background. Now we don't play that music now at all. But at the same time, that is what we grew up listening to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no two ways about it. I wish that our uncle Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him with the 20 greatest hits of the Beatles.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Now, what instruments do you both play?
Guitar and drums.
Yep.
Okay. And you?
Just the
Chris?
guitar, and I sing.
He plays drums too.
No.
Yeah.
My son's the real drummer.
Yeah,
in my
true.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you sing, Mom?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a couple bands. It depends on which band member shows up, because the band changes.
I usually see Chris sing.
Yes, usually it's Chris, and that's Dr. Howe.
Yeah.
I'll play drums. He'll play guitar. We have a bass player, a couple lead guitars. Sometimes violin player. Sometimes just Bruce.
Yeah.
Bruce shows up sometimes.
Springsteen.
Springsteen. Yeah.
Sometimes Bruce Springsteen joins us.
We're supposed to just call him Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce. Are they booing us? No,
that's just Bruce.
The music thing though. The music thing is great.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
It is. There's great venues in town.
Yep. Yeah,
and we're very lucky to have so many breweries. Thank you, all of the breweries
True.
that have us. And
and the winery
and the
cidery. And
alcohol. Somehow alcohol needs music. Music needs alcohol. Together, it's congratulations. You have a baby. It's called Dr. Howe.
Yeah, right.
So that's our band, Dr. Howe.
Yeah,
Dr.
and the Reasons to Live.
Yes.
it's a separate band.
No, it's just Dr. Howe and the Reasons to Live.
That's right. Okay.
But we can shorten it.
And then he plays with his son, they do a little act they call the
Basement
Rebellion. And that's
Okay.
awesome, because that's Oliver playing drums.
Yeah.
And then whoever else they can get to join him.
Yep.
And then Oliver comes and plays drums in my band, and then we play as Trouble in the Trailer Park.
Does he play when Bruce doesn't show up?
Even when Bruce doesn't show up, he's still there. Yeah.
How old is your son, Chris?
Oh man, he's 15. I'll throw out a fun fact.
Oh, cool.
Took him 3 times, but today he passed his test and got his learner's permit today.
All right.
Good job, Oliver.
Congratulations,
Good
Oliver.
job, Oliver.
I could not be more proud of you. I'm serious though. You know, he was like studying and studying. And he was so nervous.
Oh, sure.
So nervous to go
Absolutely.
in there and take that test. And so he calls me and he goes, "Well, Dad, I didn't pass." And I was like, He's like, "Just kidding, I passed it." I knew.
You can tell by the tone in his voice.
Yeah.
How do you feel the music has played a part in creating this wonderful high energy atmosphere for Bingo is for Life? Because certainly it is
that's
a
a good
piece of it.
Well, we sing.
We do sing
A lot. I mean, we sing When I'm 64, when 64 pops up. We do all the songs on the sevens. And you know, it's actually something that as much as we sing, we don't focus, we just do it. It's not like that. Okay, y'all, now we're gonna sing. We just do it, and
sometimes it falls flat.
Oh yeah,
it's fine.
100%. Yeah, I think it's.
Whenever it does, I just remind people. Remember how much you paid to get in here.
It's free.
It's free.
Oh yeah.
So there's no like descriptor before the music,
you just
like
jump
how you go
into
to
song.
Some concerts. They tell you the story about how the song came to be. So that's not a part.
No, most of the time, people, if they haven't been here before, just confused. What's going on right now? Why? We were just playing bingo. Why are they breaking into song? And why are there people throwing up paper plates in the air? What's that about? I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, no, it is cool. No, I'm a big fan. I mean, I think it's important that it's important to be weird.
Yeah.
Right. But you know, we get together and do band practice every Thursday night too. So
Okay.
So the whole Dr. House scene also keeps us connected. Playing music. It's all good.
Yeah.
Hopefully that makes sense.
It does. It makes sense.
It's all good.
It's all good, man.
We're just gonna play some music, guys. Don't worry.
How would you
I so hope I sound like that.
You did.
It's all good, man.
He's breaking out all the voices tonight.
Hey guys.
How would you describe the music scene? How would you I can't keep them under control. How would you describe the music scene and art scene around here?
So good, man. Solid.
It's so good.
So solid.
Hey man, you see the music in here? It's so good. Oh, there's like a band every night. No, you know what? Okay, I think I can answer this.
Yes.
Okay,
please
go
do.
for it. Let's try it. At least.
Music scene is thriving.
Yes.
It really is.
It's a thriving music scene, and I don't know what is. I don't know what the ceiling is, but it just depends on what you are in. If you're, I do believe if you're trying to make a living as a musician, it's not. It's much more challenging. But if you are someone who wants to play music with a group or with some other people, then the opportunities are absolutely weekly. I mean,
man.
like
No doubt.
weekly.
Yeah.
Like between the different open mics, the different jams, the Restless Moon.
Yep.
I mean, there are
huge.
so many opportunities to meet other musicians and play with them that I think it's a winner.
I'll throw it there too. It's not just the opportunity to meet other musicians and find places to play, but the audiences at those places are so receptive and so supportive of the music in this area.
I can tell that when I do go out and check it out.
It's awesome.
It feels like that for
It's
sure.
a very supportive community, and not just music, but just creativity as a whole. It's really good.
I'd love for you guys to educate me because I'm in the comedy scene that's growing. You guys have been
Well, we need to be more versed in that too.
Yeah, I think we can.
I'd
help
love
each other.
working with Jay on the podcast, which is cool. I get to learn a little bit how it works.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm always in awe of the music scene around here, and there's a festival that comes here every year called Mac Rock. Are you guys involved in that at all? It's been 2 decades, I think.
You
or
know, I'm
more.
not involved in it at all, but I mean, I know I'm familiar with some of the people that put it on.
Okay.
I mean, at XJM, the local radio, the college radio station, they definitely.
Is it more college focused at JMU?
It was, yeah, it was. I mean, it started that way. I don't know that it is. I mean, but it's still like. When they say indie, I mean it's like underground, like
right.
It's very,
there's houses,
right.
and then you go to. It's almost like basement music in houses, and the houses are called names or no?
Yeah, sometimes they are.
So they have like nicknames for the houses.
Yeah,
so you're going to go to the Barbie house. I mean, maybe that's not it, but. Or something like that.
You've seen the Barbie house.
Yeah, the Barbie house.
I don't think the Barbie house has shows.
It's the Barbie dream house.
Yeah, the Barbie dream house. That's right. No, but you're exactly right, though. That there are house shows, but there are also, I mean, for Mac Rock, they do it at Clementine, Little Grill.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got...
Mac Rock's a little more marketed.
Broad Porch, I think, has a... And so each venue, obviously Golden Pony, each venue will have a genre. Mm-hmm. So it might be like heavy or metal or maybe more of a punk or Americana. You know, they have all these different genres, and so each venue will get one, and then they'll have, 5, 6, 7 bands play during that day. It's a 2-day festival. Yeah, right. So, you got Friday and Saturday, and they'll have a bunch of bands play each day, and you buy a ticket, $15, $20. It's still cheap.
Wow.
It's a cheap ticket.
Really crazy.
Yeah, it's a cheap ticket, and you get a little band, and you can walk around to each venue, and
they send you a schedule if you buy a ticket or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think the other thing too is they used to. I don't know if they still do, but like they would have, you would have kind of almost like TED Talks of like how to be a local musician or how to be a musician and make it, and which
they kind of focus on the business.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
the business side of making music.
That's right.
Yeah,
the business side of the entertainment business is
it's a whole thing, isn't it?
It's a whole separate. It can really make or break you, to be honest with you. So people, and that's okay. People just want to do the art. That's great. If that's your goal,
right?
But if you want to get out there and elevate in your craft and become a paid musician or comedian, then the business side of it is ultra important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think so labels used to be pretty a bigger thing. I don't know that they are as big as they used to be, but when at the grill, when I used to work at the Little Grill, we would have label showcases for Mac Rock weekend. So I think there was a label called Bloodshot Records, and it was fantastic. They brought their bands were so much fun, and one of them was dun, 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 dun. What is that guy's name? Yeah, I can't
Bobby
think
Bear Jr.
Bobby Bear Jr.
Okay.
And him and his whole the Bloodshot Record crew. All
that was a great year.
Oh my God! You look at that list.
Yeah.
Well, some of those bands really took off.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about Mac Rock is you just don't know.
It's kind of a showcase of everything.
Yeah,
and then some people really take off.
Oh yeah,
that's really cool.
If
you can be there when to see it. Before they make it.
Yep. Yeah. It is definitely a before they make it kind of showcase. It's cool.
Do you guys ever perform or have ever performed in Mac Rock, or are you more?
I did once.
Dr.
Howe never did, but I did it in another band. It was fun.
Aren't you Dr. Howe though?
But the band that I was,
confused.
I was in another band.
Welcome to it.
I was in another band. Oh man, it was another band. It was so cool.
Do you guys play covers, or do you guys play some of your original music, or is it a mix? Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a mix.
Got to make the people happy. They don't all just want to hear stuff about my life.
About your trips to Colorado.
They want to hear about other stuff too. Yeah. Name me a Beatles song.
Yeah, right.
You know Ray Stevens?
Yeah. Do you know any Ray Stevens?
You know Ray Stevens?
It's not
about
how would you describe your original music?
Good.
Other than about your life. So good.
So good.
You hear that song? That was good. That's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. You know what though? I actually, you know what?
what?
would describe it as fun. I think
Yes.
we're a fun band. We do sing serious stuff.
Well,
but
Yeah.
not that.
And I'll throw out there, we play with amazing people.
Oh my god.
Dave Abbott is our bass player.
Amazing.
Christian Parrott, Doug Pitts.
Oh,
both
Christian.
play-
I know Christian.
Yeah, they play lead guitar for us, and they are amazing.
No.
And you put us all together, and there's something special going on there. I don't know what it is,
We've
but
been
it's,
playing together
Yeah.
for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, so it's, at this point in the game, if we aren't any good now, well,
we never will be.
We never will be. That's right. 20 years later. No, we really weren't that good, were we?
It's okay. It was a lot of fun, though.
It was a lot of fun. It's not about you guys.
I've actually listened to you guys play.
Okay.
Yeah. Last time I saw you guys play was at Restless Moons. You were doing some big.
Oh, was it one of the
event.
tribute shows?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
tons of bands there. Tell
yeah.
us a little bit about that before we get into
so
more
it's
about your Bingo It's Like podcast.
it's all
'Cause I
good.
think that's cool.
It's been a great thing over the last several years. I have kind of. They used to do cover shows at Pale Fire.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to say Tim Brady was probably the main guy behind making that happen. And then,
That's right. I forgot. That's where it started.
yeah,
And
so
Tim Brady is like
conversations
a
with Tim.
manager, owner of Pale Fire?
he was.
He used to be.
Or what?
He used to own. Yeah, he used to be the owner of Pale Fire. And so he, as they moved on from doing that, we did a Neil Young. I said, hey, let's do a Neil Young cover show there. And so we did that, and it was super fun. And from there, we just kept every year doing one. So we've done one every year for the last 5 years.
Well, it's a you pick an artist or a
Yeah, it would have a
time to
theme.
cover. Yeah, there's always some sort of theme.
Okay.
And it's a tribute. Like that one year, the Canyon,
Laurel Canyon.
Laurel Canyon
Yeah.
was the theme. That was cool. But the real kicker, the thing that makes it all work is Chris does a wonderful job getting a bunch of local musicians to join in.
Yeah, you do.
So
I don't know how many there were, but there are a ton.
So there's
Yeah.
just all these local musicians join in, and they play a song or two and create this event because there's so many of them, and everybody brings friends, and it just becomes this
Community.
scene. Yeah, it's
Event.
awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
another piece to it is, as a musician, and you're out there, as you play your shows, and you're like, yay, I got a crowd of 20 tonight. That's awesome. Maybe I got a crowd of 30. You're a local band. You're playing on a Thursday night. To play a show for over 200 people.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
I remember
then
that.
it's a win.
It's a treat.
Yeah.
It's a treat. You don't get to do that every day,
Yeah.
So and it really does take a bunch of people coming together, and then it happens. When a bunch of groups come together, then you got a nice big bunch of people to come see them.
See, he's underselling it. See, it happens because he makes it happen.
Yeah, no.
You got to give yourself a little credit.
A little bit,
It's
I
like
think.
herding cats. Have you worked with creative people? My God, they're
yes.
the worst. I mean, they're the best. I mean, whatever.
I work with comedians.
Oh God,
It's challenging.
I
It's
perform
challenging,
and
right.
produce. And
yeah.
when I
So-
produce, it's a cat
It's
corral.
always fun, right? Yeah. Well, he does a fantastic job at getting the people together. Everyone buys in as far as just what we're trying to do, and it builds an energy and a scene and a feeling that's always been good. It's been happening for several years. That kind of thing. And the last one was at the Little Grill. It was a much smaller show.
Yeah.
But that was the Paul Simon tribute. And that was just another scene that was incredibly cool.
Yeah.
Just based on artists who want to pull together and do something awesome.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see.
It was different too, because all the other ones, this was the first one that we did. It was a ticketed event. So,
right.
because
Okay.
the venue's smaller, and we
Yeah,
wanted to just,
right.
and I wanted to, the dream is to pay everyone.
Oh, yeah. I'm about that.
The
Paying
dream is to pay
comedians,
everybody.
I'm about that. Yeah.
So the only way I could figure out how to pay everybody was to do it on a small scale.
Yeah.
Get
Get started somewhere.
And so everyone, everybody made up. All the acts made $100, and that's that's something.
Yeah.
You know, but it's really challenging to make money at any of this stuff. When you have, if you have 10 to 20 groups, we literally at that Rolling Stones tribute night, we had 49 different musicians.
Wow.
49 different musicians.
So mega fun though.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was
a good one.
It was a good one.
Yeah, you really knocked it out of the park there.
Yeah. Oh, and Wrestle Spoons was an awesome.
yeah.
Wrestle
To see that outside completely packed, and to see all the faces was.
Yeah.
It was
Jeff Moon is so supportive.
So supportive.
Of artists.
Once again,
he's the owner. Him and his family are the owner
Restless
of Restless Moon Brewing.
Incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
Pale Fires has been amazing. Clementine, this place, Little Grill,
Friendly Fermenter.
Oh my God, Friendly
they're
Fermenter.
great. Yeah, we just did a comedy show on another local comic who produces shows. He had myself and my husband hop on
Nice.
the show for Valentine's Day. That was a lot of fun. It was packed out. It was fun.
Very cool.
The Wolf
White Oak Lavender Farm.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
That's
they're another
good venue.
Marceline does music too. Marceline Vineyard.
There's just so many great
Bricks and
places.
Columns Vineyard.
God, we can just make a show of just naming names.
I know, you're like, stop naming names.
Crosby's Vineyards has music. I know that too.
There are
Where the cidery,
Sageburg. They have a lot of music too. Yeah. Look at you guys.
Golden
We're all
Pony.
giving you shout outs. Come pay us.
Golden Pony.
Yeah, right.
And our sponsor tonight is Ruby's Arcade.
Any of you,
Thank
come
you.
on, anyone, just give us $1. We're doing it for you. Now, you know what though? No, truth is that I have a full-time job, and I have 2 young children, family guy through and through. That's my MO 100%. But I do all this other stuff on the side for sanity.
Yeah, right. Yes, that's right.
You too, Mike?
Yes,
Because you have a
absolutely.
family. In fact, you guys work both in the school system.
Yes, we both work for Augusta County Public Schools.
And then their IT department?
Yes,
Okay.
I work in the IT department.
I'm the audio-visual guy in maintenance.
So that's what you guys do during the day. And then
For him, it's all gravy in the AV. Oh, God. It's
Have you
terrible.
guys always been like this since you were young?
Like what? What are you saying, Don? Like what?
Silly, fun, spontaneous.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
Our wives love us.
Yeah. They just,
Do they have
Sparkling.
to separate you sometimes?
We don't hang out with them together.
So this is like go, get out of the house, go to Bingo is Life. We've had enough.
No.
it's usually not that bad, but it's close.
No, I do. Mike.
Jill will say to me, she's like, "Your brother's not here. I don't get that reference." Because we will often just start saying things from old 1980s action films, and I'm not sure why.
You're watching a lot of those. All right, who's your hero? Who's your favorite
My
superhero?
Oh, my favorite. Well, it used to be Superman. I used to love.
What happened to him?
I don't know. I lost.
Why did he lose?
It used to be Superman.
Womp, womp.
Now, I don't know who it is now. That's
You're
a weird
lost.
question. I'm not sure. Who's your superhero?
You, Chris, who's your superhero? We can't leave you out because this is too good now. That's a weird question.
Wow, yeah.
I've always liked Batman. I like Batman's cool. No, I don't have a. I really.
I don't think I have a.
Yeah.
I used to be a Superman fan. When I was a kid, I loved Superman.
Yeah.
Then I grew up and started working.
There is no Superman.
And I don't have enough hair to put a little curl in the front anymore. So
Now it's like Jerry Seinfeld. No, I tell you who my hero of mine is.
Okay,
it's not a
let's go with
superhero.
that.
It would be Steve Martin.
I
Yeah.
Steve Martin.
I love Steve
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I love Steve. I love looking at old Steve Martin
And still
videos.
finding some things new.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think it's great. I love
we
it.
just watched a documentary on his life, basically.
Yeah, right.
Did you see
The
that?
2-part one where it was,
It was
it was great.
amazing.
I did-
Did
I
you
did-
watch it?
It's fantastic.
I did not see that one. But it's okay.
He doesn't really care.
Yeah, yeah. He's just my hero.
He's just a hero out there.
Yeah.
Thanks,
right.
Steve.
So you say.
We actually went and saw together.
Yeah.
We went and saw Steve Martin Short.
Yeah,
what
when
a
they
great
played
show.
at
Wolf
the
Trap.
Wolf Trap.
And
it was
I
a great
love
show.
them together.
it was. I laughed from the entire time.
I
Yeah.
love
It
their
was-
chemistry. I just love it.
Yeah, I love their chemistry. But
Yeah.
I was just. It was. Seeing heroes is
Oh, yeah,
and
that-
you're just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I can't believe I get to see
Yeah.
these guys.
They're right there.
Yeah, and they were funny and they were doing gay.
They are
Yeah.
funny.
It was great.
That was awesome. And I think you guys bring that kind of energy here. The game is really fantastic. And then after that, you sit down with your hilarious co-hosts. They're not here sitting with
That's
us right
right,
now.
yes.
But you sit down with them and you interview different people in the community. 2-part question with that. I would love for you to share a little bit about your hilarious co-host.
Yes.
And then the second part of that question is, when did you guys decide to start a podcast after the Bingo is Life game?
Yeah, that's a good question too.
So tell us about
Again, we
your
should be
fellow
writing these things. I think it was 3 years ago. It was like almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brittany joined a couple.
Brittany Mungold.
Yeah.
Mum
joined-
Shackles
She
is-
joined
as
a
she's
couple
known.
months into it, and literally she just showed up. As far as what I remember, and we were like, "Yeah, you're great. You should just be a regular. You should just be on here on the."
In fact,
the
you're on
regular."
her mic. I think it says Mum Shuckles.
Yeah, that's
on your
right.
mic
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
right. This is her
Yeah.
mic, but Jay was with us from the beginning.
Yeah,
where we
Jay-
were like,
yeah.
he would be fun to just sit around and talk to.
Yeah, we would, because what would happen is after the bingo show, we would sit around and just talk about like what worked in the show, what didn't work in the
I
show,
see.
and then just talk about, just anything.
Yeah.
And a part of that conversation turned in, well, let's turn this into a podcast. So we literally started with like an iPhone on the table, hit record,
okay.
Yeah.
and we did that for I think up to 10 times.
Yeah.
And we thought, okay, let's actually do something with this. So then it became like where we started talking to just anybody in the area. And now it's turned into, it's really Harrisonburg centric. Again, like just talking about what's going on in town, what's just the creative types, entrepreneurs, just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something I appreciated was one of the guys that came in here to come to the bingo show, and then he was I was talking to him, and he was like, I collect coins, and I was like,
right.
you should be on our podcast. He's like, you have a podcast? I said, absolutely.
Yeah, of course we do it.
Of course we do. And so he became one of our first like JMU professors.
Yeah, that's right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could interview my husband, the comedian JMU professor.
Bring
Well,
it.
yeah, we'd
Bring
love
it.
to.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality, that's it. It's
Yeah.
whoever.
It
And
really
we-
is. Do you have something interesting to talk about? Because we love to talk about interesting things.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. And we've had people that are just, we've had people that work here
Yeah.
at the bar.
Yeah.
We've had musicians. We've had business owners.
I've been on
artists.
there.
You've been here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, you had something interesting to say. It was in the. There you go.
Imagine that.
Imagine. That's all it takes.
It's been fun.
It
Yeah.
has been. Well, what for me, it also like I appreciate there's an art form to it.
Yeah.
That I'm definitely still learning.
Right.
Because there is the art of conversation, but then there's also like the technical aspect of it, making sure you're getting everything recorded right and whatnot. So it's just, I don't know. For me, it's a very interesting hobby. I was saying it in an episode or two ago that it's difficult enough to know that it's important, because for me, like, anything worth doing is not easy to do. It's something that's difficult to do.
Yeah.
And it's difficult enough to know that it's important to me, but it's also easy enough to do to know that I can keep doing this for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's fun. It's actually, Laughers, we're utilizing their audio equipment
Oh, that's
that
right.
they use for their
So if it sounds really
podcast.
good, yes, that's because of us. If it sounds terrible, well, I don't know what happened.
And then I'm using my camera, and so that's how we're putting this
Well, if we
particular
look bad,
episode
that's
together.
probably just reality. I'm not used to the being on the camera thing. This is
'cause I'm
why we stick to audio.
It's because I'm wearing a black hat. Normally I wear
Oh,
a
that's right.
green hat, and I'm very
and
disappointed.
that affects the audio.
Colors, man. Colors
Colors.
speak. Colors speak.
They speak through me.
Tell us about your co-host. We learned a little bit about
Oh, yes.
Mom Chuckles,
Yes,
but
Brittany.
who else is on there?
Oh, let's see. Who is that other guy?
Jay's there.
I just you interviewed Jay on yours too.
Absolutely, Jay's a local
but yeah,
comic.
Jay's there, local
and
comic,
musician and playwright. And
playwright.
director.
It does it all.
He's got a lot of things going on.
He's got a
He's
lot
very
of cred.
talented.
He's got a lot of cred. I think that was part of the reason why I was excited that he would be a part of it.
Yeah.
is because
Yeah.
he's done a lot of cool stuff. I wanted to talk to artists.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk to other people who are trying to make things happen, because it's not just you got an interesting story to tell. It's are you building? What are you creating?
Jay's done a lot of
Oh, my
it.
God.
Valley Playhouse is a local community theater, and then it became Friendly City
Yep.
Player.
Right.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
well, you know what?
Yeah.
I've told Jay this before. Like, one of the things I love about Jay is he's a doer. I
Yeah.
love doers. Like, he doesn't just talk about like a play that he's working on. He's actually working on it.
Yeah.
He doesn't just talk about like, I've got this thing I'd like to do. He usually does it. He just gets it done.
Yeah, he writes
Yeah.
hacks too.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
an actor
Yeah.
also.
Well, and
he's really good.
I was going to say
Yeah.
he kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen his stand up. He
Yeah.
kills.
He's
Yeah.
on
He
our shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it when people succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love having him on. He's been doing this kind of different art in some capacity for 4 decades now.
Right.
So we
That
introduced
sounds about right.
Yeah, we introduced him on shows as the comedy legend of Harrisonburg.
Ah, yes, that's good.
It's
That's good.
appropriate,
That's
right?
proper. Yeah, that's
I
proper.
think
Yeah.
it's appropriate. And also, like, he gives, he's a left field guy.
Oh, my
absolutely.
gosh, absolutely.
And-
Does
and-
not think like a lot of people.
No, but that's,
but in a very good way.
I think
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
it makes the podcast more interesting
Yes.
because of that. We also, Dan Easley will
Yep.
join us often. And he's another guy who
Yep.
will
Just
do a
brings an interesting voice to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, we have a couple people that join us on the regular.
Yeah.
which is it's very cool.
yeah.
Very happy about the whole thing.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
mean, it's just like, we hit you hit those number. You get to look at the numbers and see how many people are listening to
Yeah.
you, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's going up.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
always exciting.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, I'm
it feels
sharing
good.
something of value.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is just fun in the end.
Yeah.
I am glad we are doing it.
And it also, a lot of it is possible because Ruby's Arcade has been very kind to us.
Oh,
They give us this space. I mean, they're closed right now.
I know. We
we're
get to
sitting
be
here.
here.
Yeah, we're sitting here.
So thank you, Ruby's Arcade. We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
It's,
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool to be able to do it and, extol them as our sponsor. It's fun.
Yeah, and that they trust you enough
Yeah,
that we can
yeah.
be sitting in here.
Yeah, more or less. I hope they know.
Well, they'll find out when they see this on YouTube. What are some of your most memorable episodes other than the one time you interviewed me?
Oh, you stole mine. I was going to say it was your interview.
I know it's hard to pick.
So,
but
well,
just
I've got one,
Okay.
and this is biased because he's also in our band. But Christian Parrott, whenever he shows
Yeah,
up,
wasn't he recently on?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we usually try to invite someone very cool and special for our New Year's. At our first year back, and when they say no, we have Christian come on board. And whenever Christian has twice now done our Welcome Back to the New Year episode, and I don't know, he is a hilarious guy.
Yeah.
He's very
so
funny.
much fun. And yeah, I really like it whenever he can stop by. It's always a good time.
I would say that a couple months ago, we interviewed our parents.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah, that
I
was
think
fun.
I heard a little bit about that one. I heard a little about that one, I believe.
I could do that.
Yeah, it was
I
cool.
could do that again.
Yeah,
honestly,
They've got more stories to tell.
They have so many stories to tell.
Yeah.
And my dad, our dad, is
My dad. See, my dad is pretty cool.
Do you have
my
the same
dad.
grandma?
Anyways, they did a fine job.
So that one was a good one too.
Yeah, that one was good.
Yeah.
That one was cool because they were able to share. I don't know, share some things that we don't know, and that's always fun to find out. Like, what? Oh, okay. Dad used to be in a group he called the Ramblers.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh yeah,
right.
he was a part of a group, the Ramblers.
The Ramblers.
Well, I mean, there's that. But there's,
fun.
I mean, that also just you're capturing a piece of a time.
Yeah,
and I
that's
can
true.
go back and listen to that some other. We
Yes,
are
yes.
planning to do an episode on our grandmother.
Yeah, yeah, Grandma Howdyshell.
She was
yeah.
a musician for a career.
Yep.
Before
that's so
she had
neat.
children, and she was she's a very interesting character. She was the heart and soul of our family, and she used to play music, and we have a recording of her playing music, and she used to write songs.
That's
and we have
amazing.
a
Yeah, it's
recording
cool.
of one of her songs, and none of this has ever been released anywhere except at Mike
Right.
has it. So we're going to put out all that stuff here in the next little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it.
That
I
is
think
so neat. I love that.
It's sweet. It's totally
Mm-hmm.
sweet. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you don't know her, we'll talk a little bit about her. But the music is so good.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a treat.
That's great.
Yeah.
You guys are doing some really cool stuff and bringing a lot more fun to Harrisonburg. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Just a
Well,
fun
thank you.
person
That's
in
a
the
very nice
community.
compliment.
So are you.
Well, thank you.
Look at us. Look at us
Absolutely.
just
Now we're
doing
all
it.
here together. We're
It's
just
not
doing
just
it.
Jay Zare doing it. We're doing it.
That's right.
We don't have as many years of experience, but
Oh, because he's old.
Yeah.
I got it. Right.
Yes.
he'll
He'll be
actually
dead
love
soon.
that. if the sky was a limit, if the
Yeah.
sky was a limit,
Like
and you-
Jay's age. Yes.
if the sky was a limit and you could do whatever you wanted with the bingo is life game here, you know, and money wasn't an object, what would you do?
Oh, well, I mean, I think I'd probably invest in some nicer clouds.
Nicer cloud.
Wow, that's
no,
the first thing you went to.
I mean, I just
Better paper plates?
I just spent
The thick
$20
kind, right?
this
Yeah,
weekend to build the
popsicles,
ones that we. I'm like, it took me and Oliver like 2 hours of like tape, staple. Sorry, I'm reliving this nightmare. I'd probably pay someone else to do
That's
that.
the real
if I
way.
had-
There you go. I'd pay somebody to set up this equipment. There you go. That's
Yeah.
right. If money were done.
You know what?
Maybe get some like real stamps.
Oh, yeah. No. The boxes are working.
No,
I don't know who we're promoting here. We're promoting
Zoom.
Zoom.
If
They didn't
I-
pay us either.
If I had all the money, I would do it in a theater. I would do it in a theater. I do love the space of doing it down here because the games are here. But I think that I think this show could be done. I mean, we actually did do it at Court
That's what
Square
I was
once.
saying.
Yeah, we did the court
We
square.
did.
Yeah,
Court
that's what I was
Square once.
saying. Thank you.
And we've
Anyway.
actually taken it a couple places too.
Yeah,
And JMU's had us a couple times, and
But I mean, you know,
And you were at the loft.
Yeah,
for,
we were at the
for
loft.
Cigar Club.
we did a wedding too.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Cigar Club's like a local networking
Yep.
business group.
yeah.
For
it's-
those
I mean,
who are not
it's
aware.
been we don't do it very many places though.
Yeah,
it's,
right.
Because
It's not like a traveling show.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But if someone said, "Hey, look, I'm going to give you a weekly like what we have here." I love that I love that it's weekly.
Yeah,
I love that
right.
we pretty consistently get the same 50 to 100 plus people.
So you got to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's good. And then I mean. maybe get paid more. I don't know.
Sure.
Sky's the
I mean,
limit.
if money is no object,
Money?
it goes to us, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's the deal.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
very
I
good.
like that. That's a good idea.
Then we'll take
you would
the money.
say, I agree to
I'll
that.
take that. No object.
And on, let's see. Can we just say on Wednesday morning I don't have to go to work?
Oh, yeah. Then let's do
there
that
we
too.
go.
Yes.
You can have what you want.
I don't have to
see?
get up at 5:50. Sweet. Because I've got to get up at 5:50
That's
tomorrow.
so early. You have to do that?
I do. Yeah. Because I have a job.
Oh, yeah. Right. There is that.
See,
great.
you could sponsor these guys and then they don't have to go to work.
No, I know.
there you go.
But you know what? I mean, well, so I've done mass. I've played at Massanutten, and
Yeah.
you know, it's still all work.
It
you know?
is.
I mean, these
Yeah.
shows are fun, but they are work. I
Yeah.
mean, by the end of the evening, usually, and then after we do a podcast, I'm usually like, oof,
Yeah.
floored.
I know, and then you guys stayed for me, so thank
Yeah.
you for that.
Oh,
and
well.
for the laughers.
I still got to post the show tonight.
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
cow. You have to do it tonight?
It's discipline, Don. Discipline.
That's right. I should say the podcast is his baby.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The podcast is Mike's baby. I mean,
Okay.
it's his. He's the one
I
that
like
was
to
like,
capture moments.
I want to do a podcast. He's the one that looked up and found the equipment. He's
Yeah.
the one that
I push the button.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do a good job pushing the button.
Any
so.
editing that has to happen, he does it.
Yeah.
And
Because we do try to keep our podcast clean.
Yeah, you do a pretty good job
I
with
think
that.
so, yeah. But occasionally some things get out there
Yeah.
that I have to beep.
yeah,
Oh,
It's
you
all
do
right.
that? Okay.
yeah, we bleep stuff.
I believe because
Yeah.
it's not a live show, so I don't have to worry about being live. So I can just go ahead and tell
Take it
people it's
out,
fine.
bleep it out.
Yeah.
Well, you got that capability.
That's
I have
right.
to send the edit note and take it out.
To pay someone, I need to work on that.
Yeah, man, we're doing it wrong.
Yeah, right.
Wait a second.
So, it's because money is still an object here.
Yes.
It's still an object.
But you're doing an awesome job.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I would love for you to share with the laughers how to find out more about Bingo is Life and how to follow you on social media to get more information
Sure.
about what you're doing as we close out here.
Well, I'd say about the podcast, just anywhere you get your podcast. It does not matter, Spotify or Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Just look up Bingo is Life and it'll pop up.
Okay.
Yep. And then if you're on Instagram, we're called Bingo is Life 64.
Oh,
When I'm 64. Thank you. And then, but honestly, Bingo is Life is so strange that if you just look it up, you'll find us.
Yeah, just type in Bingo is
Yeah.
Life.
And then, we're on the YouTubes.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. On the YouTube.
We're on the
YouTubes.
YouTube.
On the Facebook.
We're on the Facebook, Instagram.
And Insta of the gram.
Yeah, where are we not? You know where I was? I was on Twitter. I'm off it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got X'd.
I got X'd.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm out. And then let's see, where else did I go? That was it.
That's it.
That was it. But hey, you want to have fun? You learn
Yeah.
about Harrisonburg? Come find us.
There you go.
That's it.
That's it.
And we'll be sure, laughers, to put all of that information in the show notes for you as well. So if you're working out or driving, never fear. You can just check it out when you have time. Stay
Just say
safe out
if you're
there.
working out, your folks work out. I don't think our folks work out, do they?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. No. What about?
They play bingo. Mike.
Oh, they play this.
They play bingo.
Okay, good.
and go and go to the watering hole
I go to the watering.
and eat pizza holes.
The pizza hole.
Oh man, it still sounds bad.
It does.
It does. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for joining us today, Mike and Chris, and talking with us about all things Bingo is Life, the game, and the podcast. This has been super fun to spend time with both of you today. So thanks again
Well,
for coming
thank
on
you,
the show.
Don. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for what you do. Hey, life is good.
And thanks to
Yeah.
Grayson for listening to us out there, because he's going to listen to
Oh
this
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Who's Grayson?
He's our
like
fan.
To, we like to. He's our. Well, we call him our fan base. He's our fan base.
The one fan you have.
No, he's our fan base. It sounds bigger when you say it that way.
Well, Grayson, thanks for tuning in today.
Oh, and I bet you he works out too.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably listening
Guaranteed.
while he works out.
Oh, yeah.
There you
We do
go.
have that one. Our fan base likes to work out.
Grayson. Oh my goodness. And laughers, we so much appreciate that you joined us today and had a good time with us. And if you did, please do like, subscribe, and share this podcast with a friend. It's amazing the support that you give us and how much we're growing. We couldn't do any of it without you. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm very grateful. Also, you can get that free audiobook from Audible when you click that link in the show notes. I am an Audible creator in the program, so that does mean I do get a commission, but it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps this podcast continue to grow and put great content out here like Bingo is Life so that more people can find out about the amazing things we have to offer in the community and around the Shenandoah Valley. So thank you so much for that. And lastly, and most importantly, thanks for tuning in, laughers. Out of all the podcasts out there, you picked us, and we think that's pretty darn special, just like you. Until next time, keep smiling. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Virginia is for Laughers podcast, brought to you by the Funny Womack and Friends. We'll be dropping a new podcast every Wednesday, so check back for another uplifting episode. Come to a FWAF show or let us bring one to you. To find out more, head to thefunnywomacks.com. Be sure to share this podcast with a friend, and until next time, cheers.